Hello, hello. Hey, hey. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Whoa. I already like that vibe. Hold on, I gotta go back. There's something weird. Oh, is Stu wearing lace gloves? Good for you. Good for you. Back up at the beginning here. Yeah, the vibe. It's like it's the same, but it's not. Like all of a sudden, your head nodding almost gets cut in half. Okay, all right. Good song, good fashion. It's one of those. We're in for a treat. I want to talk about it. We gotta wait. It's only 40 seconds, but so much has happened. So much texture has changed. Now that both the parts, the first section and the second section, are now overlapped. That's fucking tight. Also, when those two parts overlap, I'm gonna go back again. When those two parts overlap, everything else drops out. So sonically, it's just super pleasing because the mix is uncluttered. It's just the bass line versus the do 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 da 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 da. And then when you're watching it, you just have one extra element, which is the dancing. So it's almost like three parts. The dancing is rhythmic, and then you have the bass line and the do da 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 da. I think in the background there's like a snap. It's really sparse, but it was really full right before that, so it cut to something really catchy, but three things that were catchy and everything out of the top of the mix just gone, vanish. Yeah, so there's a chord swell and stuff right here. And multiple vocals. Love his voice. Not crazy about the sleeveless jacket. I think maybe because the shoulders are a little too far out on the jacket. I think the jacket's a little too big. Looks like a 90s jacket with the sleeves cut off. So a lot of stuff going on with sleeves here. We had the lace sleeves, which is typically be really feminine, so they're mixing up a little bit of gender expectations on the clothing. And then we just saw the really long gloves, like some, I don't know if Marilyn Monroe rocked that, but like old style, like probably gloves that went up to the elbow. And then here we just here on this one shot, well, there's where the long gloves are. We see both gloves in that shot, but even the sleeve coming up. Even that sleeve is technically really long. Usually if you're wearing a jacket, you want like a, I don't know, I'm not like a fucking fashion guy, obviously, but usually I would expect like an inch of material, maybe less sticking out behind the, sticking out from the jacket, but we have a really big, almost overlapping. I'm a fan of all of this. I gotta say, like, everything I'm hearing and seeing is great. I'm kind of glad we've moved away from that super heavy disco feel and all this K-pop stuff. It's still dance. It's just not disco. And that's fire. See, look where his shoulders are, where his the garment stops. Notice the garment almost like stops like above his elbow, his shoulder joint instead of overhanging. I like the way that's cut. It's even though your sleeves are missing, the garment should still fit. Something different. Least favorite section so far. This is clearly just a contrasting section, like interlude, bridge type of thing, depending on where they go to. This is clearly just to break away from the two clear elements we had, which was a really thick vertical structure with spaciness at the top, spaciness actually having instruments in the top spot, and then our cut to the chorus, which was emptiness on top. This is just, it's really just a contrasting section. I don't know. To me, it's like not meaningful. It's the meaningfulness is that it's like if you have 3 or 4 different things on your plate, this is the one you like the least, but maybe that's a bad example. Maybe it's like ginger with sushi or something, like palate cleanser. I don't know. Two contrasting sections back to back. Kind of ballsy. We have like 6 sections already? Yeah, cut back to the chorus. Yeah, those 2 other sections are extraneous. It's just kind of like pushing the envelope of how many sections we can have. So to me, that's almost like an interlude. Interlude, bridge. Just something different than what we heard, but they put 2 contrasting sections next to each other that contrast with each other, and then both of those sections contrast with everything that happened in the song. And of course, the best way to pay that off is to bring back the catchiest part of the song from that. Those 2 sections I don't really like, but I like how they fit in the structure. The song was so... Also, it made the song probably 25 seconds longer. A plus 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 plus. I love the whole thing. I mean, even me talking about those 2 sections, which a lot of people are already gone by this point, but I'm just saying, like, comparatively to all the rest of the sections, liked them the least. I like what they did, so I understand why they're there. Also, the song clocks in at what, 2:51, and maybe I was exaggerating saying that it added 25 seconds. Maybe it only added 15 seconds or something like that. But it also helps the song be less repetitive. Like, you want it to be repetitive because it's a catchy song, but you don't want it to be so repetitive that people are worn out on the first listen. You want them to listen again, which this, for me, was successful because I immediately want to listen to the song again. Yeah. Man, it's nice to be away from all that disco, man. I love disco, but I love disco from bands that, like, are about that disco life. Whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. I just know it when I see it. Anyways, I like this. Very much. Very much.